Today what I'm going to do is make a crystal slipper or shoe. These are really popular for weddings, and I've been asked to make these for a friend who's getting married soon and they want to put some on the table. So yeah, no problem at all. Now I've lost the little clip that goes in there that holds that together to allow you to get the shoe out. So what I'm using is some of these bulldog clips. Now that will give me a bit that I probably will have to cut off, but I can live with that. That's my fault I've lost it. So what I'll do is I'll put a couple on there like that. Now, I don't want any bubbles in this whatsoever. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Now, you might think this holds an awful lot of resin, but it doesn't. It's only about 150 mils worth of resin in there. So actually, I'm not going to be using a deep pour resin for this. I'm just going to be using a normal one-to-one. And I'll link the resin I use and everything in the description below. I've got my resin poured out. All I'm going to do now is drop my mixer in there and run that on slow in my resiners mixer for about 4 minutes, and then that should be mixed up. The reason I'm running it on a slow is because I want to avoid as many bubbles as I can. So that's now had 4 minutes on a nice slow mix, and as you can see, it hasn't mixed many bubbles into it. What I'm going to do is lift this out. Let the resin run off that for a few minutes into there. Well, not for a few minutes, for about 30 seconds. So that's run off now. And a lot of people say leave this to dry and then break your resin off it or peel your resin off it. Now, I really strongly recommend that you don't do that. Wipe it down with a baby wipe as soon as you've finished using it, because resin does actually damage silicone over time, and letting it cure on there will actually reduce the life of this silicone stick. And not only that, but also you can use it again in about 10 minutes if you wish to, or 5 minutes, because it'll be lovely and dry and lovely and clean. Look at that. So there is bubbles in it, but it's not full of bubbles. So I want to get rid of all those bubbles. So what I'm going to do is pour half of this resin into another mug and then put it in my degassing machine by Resiners. Now, I think this is the best one. It works at 99, whatever it is that it's meant to be at, and that's what you need for resin. As you can see, I use mine all the time, and that's why it's so grotty. All you need to do is put that back on, close your little valve, which is there, okay, make sure that's on there, and then time it. Now, this isn't a thick resin, so this is probably only going to need 5 minutes, so I've put it on for 5 minutes. If you needed it for 10, you can put 10 there. And then once it's stopped, if you think, oh, I need it for more, you can do it for more. And this works consistently every time, the Resiners Airless Pro. Now, it might be a little bit more expensive than some of the others on the market, but I've heard a lot of positive things about this. I've not heard any negative things, and I've heard some negative things about some of the cheaper models. I think it is a case of you get what you paid for. But that's now starting to draw the bubbles out of that, and that's why you don't want to fill these up more than about a third full, the cups that you put in there, because if you do, it's going to bubble over. Also, don't use silicone jugs in this or any of these types of things, because they're not as smooth as these plastic cups, and that will create a lot more bubbles for you. So always use these like plastic cups. Now, you can get bigger ones and you can get smaller ones, but I find this size works really well, and I can get 4 in there. Big thank you to everyone that got me a coffee last month. Here's everybody's names on my coffee board. I really appreciate it, and it does enable me to keep making these videos. So if you'd like to buy me a coffee, the link for that is in the description below. So that's now had its 5 minutes. All I need to do is release my little valve there, let all that vacuum out, take the lid off, and now we've got a really beautiful clear resin. Makes such a big difference. Like I said, I use mine all the time. Now I've got that in there, what I'm going to do is pour this down the side of this mould and then do a bit of squidgy widgy around the base here. And now I can fill the rest of this up to the top. And actually, I had a thought, I'm going to use pegs on this rather than anything else, because they will go down that little bit deeper in that mold to hold that bit together. And now what I'll do is I'll leave this for about 5 minutes and then burst any bubbles that come up on the top with a long neck lighter. I won't use a torch because I don't want to in any way burn this mold because I've got several more of these to make. So that's had about 5 minutes now. I'm going to quickly go over it with a long neck lighter, burn off those bubbles and then leave it overnight to cure. I wish I had a couple more of these molds because that way I could get on and make some more because I've got to make quite a few. Well, this is all cured now. I can take my pegs off. I know I will have a thin layer there of resin, but it should be nice and soft at this stage for me to be able to just pull out and cut out. It always happens with this mold. What I need to do now is to see if there is any bubbles in it. There shouldn't be. It should be completely bubble free. Oh, and it is. It's come out really, really well. So this is the bit that I mean here. And what I'm going to do is just take a sharp knife here and cut that out and trim that up. Now, they want all the shoes to be different. So I'm going to quickly show you another one I'm going to make using glitter and how to stop the glitter from actually sinking. Now do this, if you're going to trim this, trim it within the first 24 hours of the curing because it's nice and thin, you'll find it is really easy to trim. So there we go, we've trimmed that out now. And this one, so with this one I could leave it as it is, which is clear, but what I'm going to do is put a red base to this using the UV glitter and a red heel. You could do this with felt if you wanted to, with the stick-on felt, but I think it's going to look nice with this. Quickly run over that with a long neck lighter, burst any bubbles, and now we can cure that up for 3 minutes. So there we go, that one's now finished, and that has come out lovely with that red bottom on it, and it looks great. So I'm going to quickly show you how to do the next one, which is going to be using the glitter so that that doesn't sink. I'll mix up the resin in exactly the same way, and I will put it through my Resiners Airless Pro to ensure that it's got as fewer bubbles in it as possible. I've got my resin mixed up now. And what I'm going to be using is this ultra fine laser glitter by Resiners. It is awesome glitter. I don't want too much in there. I just want a small amount in there to actually give it a glittery look. Now this glitter is lovely and fine and it's not going to sink. It will stay where you put it. Once I've got it in there, I can give it a good slow mixing in because I don't want to add any more bubbles to it than I need to. And it's important to mix it in because if not, the glitter will just sit on the top and it won't be as evenly distributed. And then I can pour it in and set it up in exactly the same way, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's fully cured. So the glitter one's all finished. All I need to do is, I added 2 little sticks there to try and compress that a little bit more, is take it out of its mold. Another 6 of these to make. Oh, that did make a difference. That has made it thinner here. And look how well that glitter has stayed suspended in that shoe. Really, really well. And that's what we're looking for with a glitter. So each one of these is going to be somewhere on the top table. And there's going to be something put in here. I'm not sure if it's going to be a flower or something. I can't remember what they're going to use it for. And these ultra fine glitters come in a lot of different colours. And you get a nice big tub of them as well. So these are the colours I've got. I've got the silver, the gold, light green, a really beautiful red. Look at that lovely red. Black and purple. There is a blue, but I don't seem to have a blue. The other thing these are great for is if you're setting up a craft fair, they also look really good sitting around on your stall with a bit of jewellery hanging from them to sell. They just really set off your stall. For example, like that. Now, I wouldn't just be sitting there holding it like this. I would have some pins stuck in this at the back for these to clip onto. But it just gives something absolutely different, gives a different dimension to your stall. Now I've got a video coming up for members only and it should be out very soon. I have recorded it. I've just got to edit it on how to display at craft fairs. So members only, you'll be seeing that very soon. There's lots of examples and information on how to display things to get the best out of the craft fair. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really loved making it. Look at that beautiful glitter. Look how lovely and clear and bubble free that is. Ideal for us resin crafters. If you want to learn more about getting things bubble free, then check out the video I've got coming up next. Boot the like button, hit the subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.